And welcome to another episode of Experience Exzneair. I'm your host, Exzneair Williams, and today I have the honor of interviewing my own chiropractor, which is Dr. Lauren. Let me tell you about her, y'all. She is an amazing Black woman. But not only is she an amazing Black woman, she is also an amazing doctor. She has been in practice for 8 years. She studied at IU in Bloomington, as well as Southern California. She owns her own company, Body Mechanics Health and Wellness, right here in the city of Indianapolis, Indiana. And it is truly an honor to have someone on my show today that not only provides care for the city of Indianapolis, but also provides care for me. So as we are going on our healing journeys and we're holding in all of these things and we're trying to figure out what chiropractic care is or what even a chiropractor is in general, I have the honor of having this guest on here so we can actually pop the pimples of what is holding us bound on the inside. So, Dr. Lauren, first of all, let me just say it's such an honor to have you here on my show. Like, not only is it an honor just to say that you're my chiropractor, but you're also a friend.
Yes.
And I remember when I first met you, I remember connecting with you at the Starbucks. And beyond just talking to you just about what we were trying to do, it was kind of like, oh, she a woman just like me. Like you just going through the flow just like me. Or
Yes.
you're trying to, get this business going and you're trying to put yourself out there and trying to do all these amazing things. But I was like, I still felt like it was just still something about you, something special.
Thank you.
And I want to tell you why I think you special.
Okay.
When I leave your clinic, I feel like whatever was on the inside of me is now gone. I carry a lot of stress. I overthink. I assume. And I want things to be perfect. So when I come to you with my good lashes, because let me start with them lashes, honey. You be making me press down on the table. I be feeling some type of way.
You got to be careful with the lashes.
I know. So I've been trying to figure out when I can get in. Hopefully it's a day when I ain't got to get my lashes done. I just come bald. But I remember one time I was on a table and I was carrying a lot. I was carrying things that were happening in my relationship. I was carrying things that were happening in my home. I was carrying things that were, happening in my past and how I was reflecting on those things. And this particular day, it was kind of like during the massage part, I just felt like you were pushing it out of me. Like I could literally feel it being pushed out of me. Now this was even before I began to even film for my podcast. That's how well that I have built a relationship with you where I'm going to allow this woman to put my hands on me. Yeah. Just like as any Black woman would know, we don't just let everybody in our hair, okay? So I'm not going to let anybody into my body or on my body. So meeting you in that moment was not just for business. It was business at first, but I feel like it became more than just business. Yeah. And although we may not have tea and crumpets, and we may not go to the movies or chit chat or talk, I feel like when I come into your house, your home of business, your clinic, your place of wellness, I feel safe and I feel like I am vibing with my friend.
I love that.
That is one main reason why I'm so honored to have you on my show, only because I don't know where you're going to go. And I want to say that I have the opportunity to have interviewed my own chiropractic doctor, my own doctor. So I'm just very happy about that. But so let's just go ahead and just get right deep into it, girl. So
Definitely.
What drew you into wanting to become a chiropractor in the first place?
Okay, so I probably would say what drew me into chiropractic care was the athletes that I were treating. I was treating at the time.
The sexy ones? Was it men?
Well, okay, so I went to Indiana University, and my degree is in athletic training. And so with the athletic training program, you usually rotate a lot of sports. So I have probably seen athletes in every sport that exists. Okay. And at the time, in my senior year, I was with track and field.
Okay.
And I love track and field. Track athletes have the best bodies. They are the most functional athletes of all athletes, just because their challenges and the things that they have to accomplish, they all boil down to their muscles, their bones, their joints, and the way that they react. Technique is good, but performance-based, track and field athletes to me are the best. And so loved it, fell in love with track and field, so much so I was like, I want to go work at the Olympics. I mean, that's the next, yes, girl. I was like, oh, that's the next step up. But I knew at that time I didn't want to do athletic training because the hours were killing me. They were so, I mean, for Indiana University, Division I football, a full day, a game day, that's like a 16-hour day. It's crazy. I mean, you're there before anybody is even thinking about the stadium, and then you're there long after everybody has left, just with the treatment and the care. So I knew I didn't want to go that route because of how demanding it was. But I love the travel, and I love working with athletes.
Okay.
And like I said, I wanted to do the Olympics. So I get to researching what kind of healthcare providers travel with Olympians. And then there was chiropractors. Now, if I'm fully honest, I had never, ever seen a chiropractor at that time. Didn't even know. No, had never even, honestly.
How old were you?
I was 21, 22.
Okay.
So I had never even, I actually didn't even know what chiropractors did, or I'm trying to remember if I had even heard the word chiropractor, but my field athletes were seeing a chiropractor, and they would come back and they were raving about their chiropractor. And I was thinking to myself, this is a person that I've never seen, which means they don't have to go to practice. So I'm interested in this because I don't want to go to practice anymore. Okay.
The pettiness.
Right. What does my life look? But that's like what we do, right? It's like, what do I like about my job? What don't I like about my job?
Yes.
If I was somewhere else, what would I be doing with this time? And so I kind of did that. And then I researched chiropractic curriculum, and I was like, I've already taken half of these classes with my athletic training curriculum. So it would just be reiterating things I already know and learning a couple other things. It just seemed on paper like the perfect fit.
Okay.
And so I did that. You had to go shadow a chiropractor. I don't really remember much about my experience with that because I was just doing it to meet a requirement. Got into school because my paperwork aligned, and I felt blessed because I didn't know anything about chiropractic care, but here I was about to go be a chiropractor. My family was like, why? Because none of us were seeing a chiropractor, right? So I get there. The first year is a breeze. I went out to California, Southern California, University of Health Sciences.
Okay, Tony.
You know, LA Chiropractic College, shout out. So we went there and we did my first year a breeze. It was easy, but then we started to go into the clinical portion where we had to learn how to do the adjusting. And a lot of people still don't understand what that looks like. You know now because you're in the office.
Girl, yes, I do. It's like opening up a pore.
Come on.
Yes.
I love that.
It is. It's like popping a pimple.
It really is. Yes. I'm going to use that in the office.
Okay.
But so went, and by this time, after my towards the ends of my first year, we were paired with a like a upper term, like a 7th term student. 10 terms, I was in maybe term 3, and the student had to adjust us as part of a educational. The requirement. And I was dodging my person because I had never had a chiropractic adjustment before. And so it was the only part of my education that I was unsure about. I did not know. I really hadn't even seen many. I didn't really know what it was. So my intern chased me down, found me at lunch. She was like, "Are you Lauren?" I was like, "Yeah, who are you?" He was like, "I'm your intern. You need to come to clinic." I was like,
called you out.
All right, I'll be there. So I went in and I got my first adjustment by a chiropractic intern. And I remember opening my eyes, and I swear to you, the first thing that I thought was, why don't Black people do this? It literally felt like something that had been hidden from me my whole life. Nobody in my family had ever even said the word chiropractor. So I knew they weren't going to one. And so this kind of opened up, and I was like, well, this therapy is amazing. It took 2 seconds for him to come in and make me feel better. Let me dig deeper into what I'm actually here to study and not just learn how to be a doctor, but to learn chiropractic and what it's about.
That black girl magic just clicked.
It was crazy. He turned an
I
adjustment.
love it.
Yes, adjustment turned me on. And I was like,
okay.
Whoa. I was like, this is crazy. This is great. Where has this been all my life? And I always zone in on that experience for my first time patients or people that have never experienced a diversified chiropractic adjustment, which is how I practice, is diversified. There are tons of techniques out there, but kind of what you see on TikTok, the general idea, that's called a diversified adjustment. And so I had never experienced that before, and I always come back to that first time. Every time I give somebody their first adjustment, I can always remember it. And that kind of speaks to the sensory and the memory and the emotional component of what we do. I will always remember I remember Brady, that was his name. I remember his hands. I remember the way he looked at me when he was done. I remember the way I was looking when I left out of there. So every time I adjust somebody for the first time, I get that kind of chilling feeling because now I've done what somebody has done for me. And that is reciprocation at its finest. So
I love it.
It gives my life a lot of balance. And I truly mean it when I say I enjoy what I do. I really do.
And it's funny you even say that you enjoy what you do, because I know you enjoy what you do. Because when I first met you, you were very passionate about coming in to, corporate, America at my job and coming in and adjusting all these people. I was excited for you. But then when I start coming, I began to disassociate myself with the business side of it. Because although I remember my first adjustment with you, but I remember the day that I came in and was feeling it in my soul. And I felt like you was pushing it out. Like I literally could feel you pushing it out, like literally pushing it out. And that takes me into wanting to know something else. So when you say that you will never forget your first adjustment or, helping someone, and I'm looking at my hands because I'm trying to figure out a good way to say it without coming off crazy, because I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
And some people put doctor in front of their name and child. I don't even know if you went to school. But okay. When you're putting your hands on patients, are you retrieving any of that energy? Are you taking any of that energy in? Like, what is that like as a chiropractor?
I think that early on in my career, I was. And I think it took kind of realizing exactly what I was doing when I was touching people for me to address it and stop it. Now I don't feel like I carry on a lot of my patients' emotional stress, because that's what you're talking about. And if you don't know, your body can misalign in various ways, but the most common reasons is toxins, trauma, and the trauma portion, that's the emotional portion, and it rests right on your shoulders. For men especially, and then for women in our hips, it rests right on the hips for women a lot. And that's why we kind of handle our emotions differently. And so when you hear people say it's a lot of weight on my shoulders, I mean, that's what they're kind of referring to.
I know right now I got shoulder pads on. For those who are watching, I got shoulder pads. Okay, these are not I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I do carry a lot of stress in my shoulders. Now, even when you walked in, even before we started filming, I was like, hey, disregard the fact that I did not put myself on the schedule this month and you told me to. I've just been busy. But I've been feeling it a lot lately just in my shoulders. And it's like talking, like literally like, it be feeling like popcorn sometimes. Like stuff is popping inside of me. For one, I'm not drinking enough water. Let's just start there. I'm not drinking enough water. But I do try to take care of myself because I know that there's components that I need to focus on to keep my body good. Now, when you speak on the fact that you never even heard the word chiropractor, chiropractic, adjustment, nothing in your home, I can relate to that. I didn't even know that chiropractors existed. Let's just talk about that because I didn't start hearing about that until I got older. And like literally like I'm 44, so maybe in my mid 30s. I was like, going to the chiropractor for what?
Right, and that's
what are we going to the chiropractor for? Okay, like
I'm not that old. It's not that bad. I'm not that whatever.
Why do you think that is though? Like what? Like I'm not saying it's like any studies or research that we could potentially do, but why do you think that a lot of African Americans miss out on that particular type of care?
So history for sure. So in the 1970s. There was a chiropractic antitrust lawsuit against the American Medical Association. And I'm serious. Like, this is one of the things that I've been talking about.
Girl, we need snacks.
Listen. So there was an antitrust. Nobody knows because we did not have social media back then. And so in order to figure it out, they would have had to send a letter out to all Americans about the end of the case. But it was an antitrust where the American Medical Association was intentionally discrediting chiropractors for no reason, no medical basis. The sole reason being that more people were becoming chiropractors. And so they sought out to stop that. And so that happened. And there was a lot of intentional just misleading, misinformation spread out throughout the United States. So that's the first problem. Because in Black America, that doubles down. Anything misinformation doubles down in Black communities almost always historically. Yeah. And so the things that I would hear when I would come back and see and talk to my people about chiropractic care, they'd be like, what are you, a witch doctor? Or like, you're going to break somebody's neck doing that. It's just all of these things that you have heard about chiropractors that none of the research supports. So that's the first thing. And so we have been lied to about it. And that's point blank.
Wow.
And so how that's you deep. Write that, and you can look it up, how you write that wrong without blasting across America the wrongdoings of the AMA, I really don't know. It literally dials down to each individual's experience. So that's the first problem. The second problem is most chiropractors are white. There's not many Black doctors, Black chiropractors. We just got the updated statistic, and we're 3.6 Black. That's up from 1.8.
Wow.
Yeah, so you don't see enough Black people practicing chiropractic care. That's number 2.
Which also scares a lot of Black people anyway, because if not a lot of us is doing it,
it ain't for us. That's how they feel.
It's not for us, but really technically it is.
It is.
More so similar to just mental health in general. Nobody wants to go see the shrink and sit on the couch. I'm at this point where I'm about to spend the night.
She said,
girl, I'm about to go and sit on the red couch, bring my pillow and blanket, and be like, baby.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, because I have a lot that's going on, which I think that also associates with the stress that we carry inside of our bodies.
Absolutely.
So, like, being a doctor, a Black doctor, was this something that you had thought about, like, when you were a kid? Like,
I don't think so. I really try and figure that out, because I don't think I ever expressed wanting to be a doctor. I think that even when I got my doctorate, I was like, oh, okay. It's healthcare professional. I always knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but I didn't know my original track was physical therapy. I thought that I was going to be a physical therapist. I went to shadow a physical therapist, and I cried like most of the day because either the stories were too inspirational or they were too sad. But either way, I just knew that my ability to be empathetic would affect me at this job, because the whole day I was stepping away like, excuse me, I'm sorry, wiping away tears and stuff. They were like, girl, get it together. But that's the nature of that job. I wanted to work more with sports where the only tears were from winning or losing, but I can cry with a winner and pat a loser on the back. But so there was that. But I don't know. I never expressed wanting to be a doctor. I think that just came along with the skill that I wanted, to be completely honest. And so it's nice. And I just recently decided like the last year that I would be called Dr. Lauren instead of just Lauren, because people, I really don't. My nephew calls me Lauren. I'm just that kind of person.
I don't know if I would ever call you Lauren.
Yeah, I know. Some people do. I mean, it's just
I even like when I even talk about you, I be like Dr. Lauren.
You do.
Like,
I appreciate
even
that.
when we're on the phone talking, it's Dr. Lauren. If I'm texting you, it's, hey, Dr. Lauren. Like, it's Dr. Lauren.
Yes.
Like, I don't think I would, as Black anything, when we are Black excellence in what we do. Like, I work in corporate America right now, and I know for a fact that is not where I'm supposed to be. And I know that that's not where I'm supposed to be, because when I'm there, I think I'm in this place where I'm just there. But when I'm in this place of writing or in this place of creating, that is where my passion lies. And I don't even really think it's something that just started now. I can go back to a time when I was younger and I used to journal all the time. And now I used to be that type of person. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I would just like say, this is what I want to do. And then I would get mad about something and be like, this ain't what I want to do. Like, for instance, I can braid. So the moment you tell me you want like 2 braids over here and a jerry curl over here and some bangs right here, I don't want to be a stylist anymore. Because if you want me to create that and say that I did it and you want to walk around looking like that, I don't want to be no stylist. Then I remember one day, I think I was massaging my auntie or something, and she was like, ooh, I think that you should go into masseusin. But then somebody else wanted to massage. My hands hurt. Yep. At this point, no, I don't want to. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that no more. But when you give me a pen and a piece of paper, or you give me a blank document on a laptop, and you begin to talk, or I begin to think, I can come up with a whole story.
Absolutely, it's the passion.
And it's I get excited about it. So I know that eventually, with hard work, dedication, and a drive like no other, that my next step will be ghostwriting.
Yeah.
And just like being able to even interview my certain different people on my podcast, I want to write your story.
Yeah.
So not only do I want to interview, I want to write your story. You know what I mean? So like, how deep can we get with Dr. Lauren? So outside of chiropractic, like, who are you? What do you do?
I am a big sister. I am an auntie. I am my mother's daughter and my father's daughter. That is, and that is a sum of all the things. But I don't know. I love. It's kind of interesting because I do own Body Mechanics Health and Wellness, and so you kind of like merge when you're self-employed single member LLC. You're one and the same, but you are kind of different. And so when you talk about the emotional disconnect that I have to have with my patients, that is completely intentional for the success of the rest of my life. I empathize. I've said that before
1,000 times, yes.
But
and I love that about you.
People, thank you. When people come in and they have true like serious burdens, it's hard. Like, and I'm touching them and I'm trying to, help them get rid of that. I always take myself mentally to what's after this. I imagine my clients smiling. I imagine my clients walking, running, or dancing out. And that's how I'm able to combat some of that negative energy, because I just fill myself with positive things about the aftermath of the encounter.
Okay.
I think that speaks to my personal life too, honestly, because I don't have any children. I have this business. I'm single. No, I'm single. But
and she's a doctor. Okay, a Black doctor.
But I find ways to be a community member and a contributor. And so I think it's the balance that I try and find in my life. But I like doing, like, I go out, I eat, I like going out to nice restaurants. I like traveling. I do a solo trip for my birthday every year.
Okay.
Just because I like to kind of look within and recalibrate often, to make sure that I'm still serving myself correctly, because that's the only way that I can serve others in the way that I hope to be impactful. And that's true. I learned that from athletic training, because the number one thing in athletic training, or even in CPR, is the first thing you do is you check the scene and you make sure the scene is safe. And if the scene is not safe, you cannot do anything. And so I always implement pulling up to any place, whether it's emergent or not, but checking the scene to make sure the scene is safe for me. And so if the scene is safe for me, then I can come and I can be there and be present and do whatever it is I'm supposed to do in this space. If it's not safe, we got to find somewhere else. This is not a good partnership. This is not a good place for me to rest. Not to say that I can't help, but I know my limitations in a place where the scene is not safe for me. And so I really, that's the first thing I always think about, and I internalize that, and I put that into practice in all aspects. We tweak it here and there, but yes, check the scene. Is the scene safe? If it is not safe, you cannot be of a help or of a service to any person that is in emergent need. So, yeah, you like that? Me too. Girl, it stays here.
I am literally just speechless on that because I used to be in a place where I used to think I had it all right when it came to self-love and self-care. I thought I knew what it really, really, truly meant. Now, in this walk this year, we in the third month? I'm just now learning as a 44-year-old woman to live for Xena. And I had to ask myself the same question I just asked you. Who are you? And I'm still learning who I am. And I'm learning the beauty of stopping. I like how you say check the scene. But I've been saying assess. Assess the energy. Because you can walk into a room and feel it and be like, okay, just like dude off The Color Purple. Well, time to go. Slap down a piano and it is time to get out of here. I don't even want to be here because the energy is rough and tough. But then you come into different places and you feel love and you feel warm and you feel like you can be yourself and you don't have to step out of the realm of being who you are. Being put in different places and situations all my life where I've been what other people want me to be. I've done what other people want me to do. I've said everything that you wanted me to say. One day I had to ask myself, girl, who are you? Because taking care of myself looks like Dr. Lauren telling me, hey, you need to come back every 2 weeks. You need to do this. Even when I took that gap break, you felt it. You saw it. You were like, oh, girl, this is a whole mess. This right here, girl, this is a whole mess. Now we got to start all over at the beginning. How many times have you started all over at the beginning because you failed to just take a moment and just stop and assess yourself, like really assess yourself? I know that I'm running probably on fumes right now, barely getting sleep, barely drinking water. Acclaim, girl, I'm 2 pounds lighter as soon as I drink a bottle of water. Okay, I'm skinny now. I drank my water for the day and ain't consumed nothing else but my bottle of water. Didn't eat no protein. I'm not resting effectively, which causes everything about me to fail. I really feel like energy is very, very strong and is very, very important just in life in general. For you to put your hands on different things it's admirable because I don't think I could do it. Because the moment that I feel bad energy, the moment that I don't want, I'm done. As I would say, oh, so you want a jerry curl and you want to crimp over here? I'm not, but I'm done. Look, I don't want to be a chiropractor no more. I honestly couldn't do it. But for you, it's such an honor to even hear you talk about how you separate that. Because I know there has been times that I have came in and I'm trying to relax and I can't. Because, oh my God, Dr. Lauren, I got to tell you what's happening. And oh my God, I got this going on. And oh my God, I can't wait to do this. And you're just like in a chill zone. You somewhere trying to take notes and you probably trying to relax from the last person that you had.
I'm just bringing you into where I'm already at, the chill zone. I like that.
And
because that's where I'll be.
That's what it feels like. When I walk into your place of business, I don't feel like it's a place of business. I literally feel like it's like, I'm about to have some wine and we about to just sit here and talk.
Uh-huh.
And 9 times out of 10, sometimes we don't talk. It's the care that I'm getting. It's the stuff that I've been carrying that I need to get off. Like I really need to get this out of my system, and I need for you to help me.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm crying out for help, but I'm also still wanting you to see this perfect person. Mm-hmm. I still want you to see this person that is broken, but she's not broken.
And see, I always see
but you see
whole person.
You already know.
I see pain as a temporary inconvenience. Some people it's permanent. But like in my mind, the way you feel is not helping contribute to who you are as a person. And so if I can do that and I know that that is going to help take this off your mind so that you can do whatever is left, that's my goal with every patient. You don't got to worry about this. This is annoying. I understand. Let me worry about this for you because I know what to do with this. And so I think that that's like a lesson in itself for us as individuals is we don't have to be our own everything because we can't handle everything. There are things that we can't, that we don't even know how to deal with. Even though it is happening to us, it's just, there's no way that we are prepared for it. But there is somebody that is, or there is a community member that has dealt with this. And it doesn't have to be physical, but it can be the emotional connection. Like this pain in your shoulders, you get to talking to somebody that you have a true emotional connection. It doesn't have to be romantic either, but somebody that you can align with emotionally, and you will leave forgetting all about whatever is going on in your shoulders. And that's the trick of the mind. Nothing left here, but it left your mind, and that helps. And so we invest a lot in just getting people relaxed. I try, if you notice, I'll be like, come on in, go face down. I want people to go face down immediately. Why? Because then you just forget about it. Something about going face down and taking that breath in and exhaling and relaxing them shoulders on the table. It takes it, like you know that something is about to happen. You're going to leave feeling like something did happen. And so that's what I try to like. That's what I like. That's what I love for people, honestly, because we go to so many appointments and nothing happens. Like some people leave
taking all these pills for what?
Or leave without a diagnosis. I mean, I done been MRI'd, CT'd, X-rayed. We did a ultrasound. We did a Doppler, whatever.
Okay.
You know, and still, I come in. People tell me all the time I did all of that, and they still didn't know, couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I massaged. I had one of those a person today.
A bladder scan.
Exactly. She's like, I mean, and the lady I had my first patient today, she was like, yeah, her friend had tried to get her to come in multiple times. She was like, I just went to the ER a few times.
They need to stop playing with Dr. Lauren.
Listen, she was like, I'm about to cry. I need to leave because I really feel like I'm about to cry because nobody has done anything for me, and we come in here for 30 minutes, and it's 30 minutes, and you feel like your problems have been solved. Now, sometimes they have been because sometimes it's a mechanical issue, but even if it's not the full resolution, it's part of it.
It's part of it, yeah. A huge part of it.
And that's enough satisfaction for me. I can fix a part of it. And then with the health education portion, I can refer you to where you need to go next. I'm happy with that. Like, people think that, it's cool, it feels good to resolve pain, but I'm happy with doing what I can and making sure that you know that you have a safe space to drop all this, and you'll know where you're going next after this, if that's what we're doing.
Gotcha. I love it. Well, it is time for Experience Exzneair, you guys. This is the portion of the show where now the roles reverse. So Dr. Lauren gets to ask me to do anything. She gets asked a question, have me do something, eat something, whatever. But the roles have now reversed. You are the host.
Okay. And I tried to think of something really good, but I think what I would like for you to do, and this has to be just one thing, right?
What you want me to do?
I was like, I would like for you to take some deep breaths for sure. Some meditation, like maybe a 2-minute meditation. But now I'm thinking exercise. You feel like doing some exercise? No.
Okay. What you want me to do?
Okay. Something that's going to help with your shoulders.
Okay.
I actually think I would like for you to meditate and stretch and show people good practice of shoulder stretching. Do you remember what I...
Okay, so good shoulder stretching. Okay. Well, one of the things is your neck. So one would be like a stretch like this, and then
Yes.
an extended stretch.
Yes.
She taught me that. And you do it on both sides for so long. You can also look, both ways.
Perfect.
And now we're going to imagine that this is what, a wall?
Perfect. Or you can use...
Girl, this is
I understand.
Okay. Okay, so if it was a wall, then you would like put your... I would like put your arm like up against the wall. So this is the wall. So you would just put your arm up against the wall and you would pull it this way.
Step into the door. Yep, yes, that's the door. There you go. Perfect.
Now you want... Oh, I heard that pop.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Did you hear it pop?
Natural.
Okay, so she did... And then she wants me to take
because it be
a
working
deep
like
breath.
that.
I don't know how to take a deep breath.
First, think about your shoulders. Think about where they are right now. Okay, close your eyes. You want to inhale, fill your chest up, hold it for 2 seconds, and then exhale for 6 seconds. There you go. Shoulders naturally all the way down. Perfect.
Girl.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm stressed.
But you feel it, and that's like a good gauge for where you are. Like if somebody
I'm stressed.
If you cannot relax enough to just forget about it, then you need some help managing your emotional health and wellness. And you can do that physically. You can do that by talking to somebody.
I don't even really necessarily think that I want to even talk to somebody. I'm trying to learn how to quiet my spirit. Like there are times I literally just don't even want to talk at all. And I'm forced to be in different situations and places where I have to. I think when I do shut down, people be like, why? Because I'm so, energetic and I'm ready to go. But when you're trying to really focus in on yourself, that is a hard thing. I don't know how to do that. And I want to do that. I just don't know how. And I'm not saying that it won't work. But like when I go on YouTube and I'm hearing all these people, I don't believe that if I do these 3 things or if I do these 5 things every morning, I'm going to be better. It's so beyond me where I just stroll up. I don't even want to watch your video. I don't want to look at it because how can you tell me that these magical 3 things is going to help me with X, Y, and Z? I'm yearning for silence and I'm screaming because I think I need to get it out. But then I really just want to be quiet.
Understood. That's respectable. I think that, and I know you've written many books, but maybe you need to write maybe your biography is not a finished book. Maybe it's just something opened or and beyond your journaling because it's different than writing about what's happened to you. It's about seeing yourself and writing what you see. I think that's a different book. And I think that would really help you because you don't have to talk. You can just write about yourself. And I think that when you read that, but then you got to read it. And then when you read that, I think that might be part of your solution too. I don't know.
That's deep.
I love that. I mean, I would love to read it personally. It'll be personal to you, obviously, but I really feel that you're a remarkable woman. I mean, I'm sitting here. I didn't just, I didn't give it a second thought when you asked me to come speak with you.
You responded back so quick, like
easy.
I got you. When, where, why, how, and send me the info. And I was like, oh, okay, well, okay. It was so fast. It was kind of like I was waiting for you to extend the answer. And
nope, that's simple.
Thank you for saying I'm remarkable because it's an honor to be standing next to you. because of your journey. And now you got tears in your eyes.
I do.
And I think it's just because I've talked to you about my story and I've told you what I've been through, but I really don't think it's really about my story anymore. I really don't. Like, I'm there, even with writing. I don't think it's about my story anymore. I see things differently than other people. I'm more compassionate and empathetic where people could care less.
I agree with that.
You know, I don't go nowhere without meeting someone. It's weird. And my sister's like, dang, God, we just came into the store just to get some tissue. And you got like 5 friends in the aisle. Like, I would not talk to anybody when I was in here. But it's not that I just walk up to you and I talk to you. Sometimes it could be just something random. Like, oh girl, you got that coupon too? Hold on. I got another one that will, you know, I'm not gonna use it, but here, you can have this one.
Yes.
Like, I was in the line going to see Jason Lyrics yesterday. I went by myself.
I love that.
And everybody was in line, you know, with me, and they were like, so who are you here with? Who are you here with? Who are you here with? I'm by myself. So for you to tell me to do stretches and to take a deep breath and to calm down in the moment of having to do it, that's when I want to be quiet. Because I know within that silence, I'm going to hear what I need to hear. And I think that sometimes I avoid it because of the perfection that I want other people to see.
I like that. That's some self-discovery right there. But like I said, you're your hardest critic. We all are. So I think that you have it. I just think that it's just not being made apparent to you because you're still working in it. And some people are only allowed so many such gifts or like so much awareness of their gifts because, thank you. Because sometimes you just have to, sometimes God wants you to just operate in humility because that's what people need to see. So that's my response to that. But I think that there hasn't been anything that I haven't loved that we've talked about that you do. So it's hard for me. I think that's what makes me a little emotional is because I'm always listening to people complain about things that I don't see. That's like my whole life. I don't have x-ray vision. And so emotionally, that goes deep because pain can be emotional. And so there's going to be some pain that I can't touch because I'm not that kind of professional. But there's also things that I know that I can hug out of you or adjust a little bit out of you. And so I take my advantage with that. And but that emotional component is
and that
so
emotional
serious.
component, I want to talk about it just for a little bit. I want to talk about it because I don't even remember the last time that I like literally got a hug. I give them. When I'm seeing a person and I'm walking up to a person, I'm the one that extends out. I hear it maybe every now and then, or I get it in a text. Oh, you so beautiful. But are you treating me like I'm beautiful? Are you talking to me as I am this woman that you so-called claim I am? So you say, oh, you're brilliant. Girl, you are remarkable, boo. When's the last time I really heard that from the people that matter? Not saying that you don't matter.
I understand.
But
where you expect it.
Yes.
Where you've earned it.
Yes. So then when you don't get it in that place, that is where the stress comes into play for me. But when I was aligned with my body and I knew that drinking water was important and why, and exercising was important and why, and it wasn't like I was going in the gym being this guru or lifting weights or, I got to be in here for 2-3 hours. No, that was not me. I literally would just go for a brisk walk. And that made me feel better. Taking a sea salt bath helped me feel better. Girl, it's this place in California that I want to try too, and it's only in California, which is crazy. They need to just have one in every state in the United States of America, but they scrub your body.
Oh, I love that. K-Spa. Is it a Korean spa?
Yes, girl, a Korean scrub.
Okay, so I am a Korean spa person.
Somebody said that will be the most humbling experience because you think you scrubbing with that exfoliating scrub, baby, you are dirt.
They are going to get you together.
They are going to. You probably going to end up light skinned by the time you get done, girl. We're going to be looking like this.
When
like
you're done.
Girl.
All your skin is gonna be and that is what really happens. We go to K-Spa in Chicago.
Oh, so they have one. Oh my God,
close.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I really want to go.
I want to open one here in Indiana. That's like
open
one of my long-term goals.
Girl.
I love me and my sister. We go.
I would come up in there and take my robe off with the quickness. Not like I just want you to see me, but I'm gonna be like, hello.
But that's how it be.
I'm gonna be ready.
And then talking about it from a culture, like when I went out, I did my first one in California because there's a couple. And we would go for boards before we did our board exams. My whole class, we would just be in there. We got close because we was in there, sometimes clothing. But the ones in Chicago, there's so many black women that that was my first experience with seeing more than just my black self at one of these places because they're very Asian inspired. Okay. Like even their restaurants are usually Korean food or Vietnamese food. But that's how it's set up. It's a Korean spa, so you expect it. But when I went to King Spa in Chicago, I was like, so black people do stuff like that's my whole thing with all this alternative wellness and all this like natural medicine. I'm always like, where are the black people? So that's why
scared, girl. Some of them is scared, child. They are scared. Like I will take holistic meds or holistic or natural things over. I got to take this pill. Like if a person is telling me that this pressure point is going to get rid of my headache and the only thing I got to do is do it 3 times or 4 times, I'm going to pressure point myself all day. I would rather pressure
when
point.
I'm thinking about it, on here. Yes.
I would rather pressure point than take a pill. But I think that with black folks, I just think that we just need to just cut it out. It's a lot of stuff that is so irritating, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but a lot of things about being even who I am, African American, has irritated my soul. Like if you don't like something, just say that you just don't like it.
Easy.
Or just say no to it. You ain't got to make...
it ain't got to be a thing.
Girl, I ate them 5 years ago, and... Stop all the dramatics.
Listen.
No, thank you.
It's so funny that you say that. Cause
oh, my God. I'm so sick of the dramatics. Over here
I love
about to cry my own darn self.
But while
messing
I
up my little
love
makeup.
New patients to chiropractic care, one thing that I have lost my gift in is over explaining what this does and why you shouldn't be scared.
Yeah. Black people need to...
Yeah, just to, I just don't do much of the explaining anymore because, for one, I know I'm not going to hurt you. I know that this is going to help you no matter what. And if you really have a problem with it, we're not going to do it. And so those are my 3 things to be like, okay, I understand that. It's going to be okay. Just go ahead and go face down. Go ahead and go face down. We'll get you together. And people are usually okay with that. But I'm telling you, it's you gonna break my neck, and I cannot emphasize this enough. If I was breaking people's necks, you would see me on Fox 59 or every news, Wish TV 6, every local station would have my picture on it if that's what we were doing. But I've been in business for 8 years, and I have never. The only complaint that I recently got was because I accidentally charged somebody $60 when theirs was when it was $50, and we corrected that. So it's I don't really get complaints about the care. There's some soreness sometimes, but even that, people are like, I felt sore, but I felt much, much better. And so
I think soreness comes before the actual healing.
Yes.
Before you actually get to that place of healing, at that place of peace, there is pain.
Yes.
And
it can be.
It can most definitely be.
And you got to let that ride. Well, and you got to let it ride because you came to me in pain too. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
So, or just in need.
Because I already know that by the time I schedule an appointment with you, because it'll probably be like the end of March before I can even get in there. You're probably going to be really really like upset. You've already touched my shoulder, and that was only one shoulder. So I already know you're gonna be like, girl, you need to get it together. But I would really love, even beyond the fact that you are my chiropractor, the fact that I know you're gonna open up this Korean spa, even if you got to go to Korea and get your own girl. You're gonna have to play a Frank Lucas and go over there and get the product, okay? Because he.
No, for real.
Because he went over there and got the product. He called it Blue Magic, okay? So we need to figure out what we going to call yours.
Well, see, we would do ours here, and it's going to be a black culture instead of Korean, because we going to stay true to ourselves.
I love it.
And instead of the Korean restaurant, it'll probably be some vegan or some soul food. I don't know. Either way, I just think that it'll be more, because we do that at the office. We are very minority.
You guys are. I love it.
Practitioner driven. I love to give my people opportunities to be in front of my patients, because my patients want to see minority providers. It's literally the demand. A lot of people come and be like, I was looking for somebody black. I was looking for a woman. Well, that's me. So if I'm exactly what you're asking for, here go my people. You'll love these people. And so that's what we're doing. We just signed our lease for the next 5 years at our space. So we'll be expanding into the space. Thank you. And then we're going to get more acupuncture. We're going to get massage therapists. We're going to be getting new, updated healthcare technology. So it's like, we're going to build this out, and this will be the framework for the spa that we create later, is how does this work, and then expanding into a bigger space that has all the luxurious amenities that we love. Because I'm telling you, I could spend a full day in the K-Spa and leave there exhausted because I spent the whole day self-caring for myself.
Well, I'm going to have to check out the K-Spa.
I'll give you the information for sure.
Please do. So as far as, speaking of information, so where can the people find you?
So I'm at Body Mechanics Health and Wellness. We're at 2802 Central Avenue, Suite C, right on the corner. And you can book us online at Body Mechanics ND. That's INDY. And I only spell it because, I got that little accent. And it sounds like I'm saying MD sometimes. But it's INDY, Body Mechanics ND. And then... I'll be outside. I'm very nice. So if you want to, please don't ask me socially about back pain, because then that turns into a whole different situation. But I love to meet people, and I love to talk to people and kind of ease their fears about coming to see me, or about what I'd be doing. Because like I said, chiropractic care is still a mystery to most of the world. And so... answering questions about what it is, exactly what it does.
And what you do.
And why you need it and all this stuff. We really are at a disadvantage culturally, because I can tell you that some of my Caucasian colleagues are adjusting their kids right after they pull them out the womb and get to... I'm telling you, and I'm not even lying. It's like some of my classmates have been adjusted for their whole entire lifespan. And... we, black people, the highest participants are personal injury clients, because then, you can get some money when you go to the chiropractor if you're in a car accident. And so it's like trying to educate and trying to bring everybody over to this side. Be preventive. Think about the skeletal system and how it grows, and think about how your kids need to make sure that they're in proper alignment as they grow, because the only time people want to do stuff is when they're not in proper alignment. But getting ahead of that and making sure it never happens, it really improves the long-term outcomes of their quality of life long-term.
I love it.
And so all the kids in my family, they will pull up and they will sit away from their parents, and they'll be like, I need this, this, and this. And they'll go and tell their friends that they get adjusted. My youth run my practice pretty much, because they have their way. Once they are educated on it, which we do a lot of that, they can come in and tell you exactly what they need. And I love that, because that's how it's supposed to be.
I love that. Everything will be down in the bio if you all want to reach out to Dr. Lauren. I just want to thank you, Dr. Lauren, for today. It was so amazing. This was so amazing. And until next time, you guys.